Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur Sense. My name is Dalila Hamza. You're welcome to this program where different entrepreneurs are showcasing what they have and attribute to the community. And this program is sponsored by Hazina Group of Companies. Today we have a special guest all the way from Path Youth Organization, none other than Salim Ali, the patron of the organization. Salim, it's been a minute. How have you been?
I'm good. What about you?
I can say more. I'm doing great, alhamdulillah. So, Salim, it's been exciting, all the missions you've been doing in Path Youth Organization. Why don't you give us a flashback of how it all started? How did you end up in this particular program?
Okay. So, my name is Salim Ali, the leader of Path Youth Organization. So, Path Youth Organization is a youth-led community-based organization in Mombasa, Kenya, and we are majorly on education, supporting the vulnerable children in accessing equitable and inclusive education. Path Youth Organization started in 2019. It was started by graduates from colleges and universities, and the main aim was to support these children and youth, at least they reach the level that we were at that stage. Yeah.
So actually, whenever we graduate, most of the time, Salim, we get stranded, out there. Like, there's no job outside. What are we gonna do? You guys, you were urged to start this kind of mission. I mean, what was it? Why did you decide PAT? And why the name PAT in this particular event?
Okay, first, PAT is based in Likoni, and looking at Likoni as a location, there are a lot of youths and children who get lost in terms of, let's say, the ones that you were at school with, not all of them have succeeded to this point.
Absolutely.
So we are using the organization as a path for social impact for these children, so that that child out there should have that opportunity to prosper in their future. So that's why the name PATH. So we are a path towards a social impact for that child out there.
Oh, because for me, I thought, why PAT? I could have had like Gia, whatever, and something like that, but it's a different case with you. Salim, moving forward, what do you actually offer, or what kind of programs do you actually do?
Okay, at Path Youth Organization, we are majorly on education, as I said earlier, and we are looking at the vulnerable children. Looking at Mombasa generally, we have families who can't even meet some of the basic needs. And for this reason, some of the children fall short out of school. These are children who might not transit to their final level of education. So at Path Youth Organization, we are supporting these children with first education kits. These are children who might not go to school because of 1, 2, 3, some stationaries and all that. And so at Path Youth Organization, we are supporting these learners with these kids, so that we increase the enrollment of these learners, as well as we have the retention of these learners.
Okay, so the learners are limited to only primary and secondary, or do you exceed from that?
Okay, for this particular program, you're focusing on primary and secondary education. Yeah. Then the other program is supporting the development of this learner in terms of career-wise. So this involves career guidance and mentorship, as well as psychosocial support for these learners. We all know that mental health is an issue right now. So we are looking on how best can we support this learner psychosocially. Yeah. Then the third program is the school academic programs. So for this program, we are targeting the early stage learners from grade 1 to grade 5 to support their foundational literacy and numeracy skills. Yeah, so these are some of the programs that we are implementing currently.
Salim, have you ever been in a situation where you find yourself like the learners who you are motivating, telling you, if I finish high school, there are dozens of people out there who don't have jobs. Like, how do they prosper? They're like, education, you learn, then you go to the streets. There's no difference between you and a PhD person. You're always hustling and grinding at that level. Have you ever thought of introducing them to entrepreneurship?
Okay, first, within our programs, the career guidance and mentorship program, it's a program to improve and to support these learners to get the skills and guidance on what career or which path to follow. And currently we are rolling out a program to link these learners to opportunities and innovation. So this is where we are linking these children who are now youth at this stage to have the access to these trainings, access to the hands-on trainings, as well as the opportunities which are out there for them to also sustain themselves. Yeah. So within this, we are linking these youth to entrepreneurial opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's part of the programs within path that we are trying to roll out.
Okay. So far, how many people, or maybe how many learners have you helped in this initiative since 2019?
Okay, so since 2019, we've supported almost 80 learners. So these are learners who have gone through all the programs within our organization, and we've seen the progress within these learners. These are learners who've progressed academically as well as socially in terms of the social behavior. Yeah.
And the social behavior, I mean, how do you deal with this kind of learners? Especially when you find them, depression is there and depression is there. How do you intermingle with them, looking at the background where other families are like, learning is not everything, you know? How do you kind of take them through that?
Okay, first, support comes from the household level as well as at the school level. So as part of the organization, we are supporting these learners at both stages or both levels. So at home level, we are empowering the parents for them to have to know the importance of education, so that the parental support to be there in terms of education. And at the school level, through these mentorship sessions, we are looking at having the personal development for these learners. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. If you're tuned in, this is the Entrepreneur Sense, and my name is Dalila Hamza. You can send your comments on our YouTube channel and the section below, and we'll be answering you at the moment. In the meantime, you have Salim Ali in the studio, and it's an amazing session as we move on. Salim, some might be having questions out there, like where do you get your sustainability, or what are your sources of income in developing this kind of organization?
Okay, first, one of the core values or the core driving values of Pathway Organization is community ownership and community-driven initiatives. So most of the funds and resources that are supporting our programs are from the community.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are having the resources from the community, where these are in kind as well as the cash for implementing these projects. Then the other source of our sources of our funds and the resources that we have is from our own contribution.
Okay.
So whatever we are doing at Pathway Organization is based on voluntarism.
Okay,
So
from your wallet. Are you sure?
yeah.
100%?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are spending our own cash to support the learners because we are here to give back to the community. And we know that through these initiatives, we will touch a soul out there. We will transform a life out there. So why not invest in this?
So in touching a life, I mean, have you ever felt like you've really been stranded, you're at the age, you know, you can't do anything more? Have you ever felt that way before with the organization?
Several times. You know, as a youth, starting something has been always a challenge to almost every youth out there. And having these people being committed to drive this change within our community on voluntary basis, it's a struggle. And that's when I always feel like giving up. But seeing that change out within our community is something big that always drives me and drives the team, so that we do whatever we do. And one thing that always drives me as the lead of this organization is having a committed team. So the team is so committed that I always feel like there's no room for me to give up.
Well, no room for giving up. That's an amazing one. I read an article sometimes back in one of the social medias. You said you were having this program in Path where you were raising chicks, but you said you wanted to specifically keep yourself full time in education. Why the change of heart?
I can see the idea of the chicks that you're talking about was an idea to sustain the organization. Yeah, and it's a continuing program that we have just to sustain the programs that are within the organization, so that we shouldn't rely much on the donors, but we also have something within the organization.
So that's an entrepreneur sense.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's more of a social entrepreneurial aspect within our organization, so that the programs that we have, the mentorship, the supporting the learners with the education kits, linking up this youth to the opportunities and all that, so at least we have something to support all programs that we are running.
On the programs that you're learning, the learners who you've taken through, could you give us a bit of testimony of so far, which kind of student have you taken so far for them to feel like they're almost at the finishing line to get to their dream, to get to their career?
Okay, this might be a long story, but to cut the long story short,
Yeah.
to cut the long story short is that there's this learner that she was going through depression because she felt her dreams were shut, because she felt like there is no opportunity for her to continue with education. She had completed her education, got 365 marks. So we know within our community, getting 365 is not a joke. But with no support from the parents because of the low economic background that she had, and missing almost all the scholarship opportunities within the country, she felt like giving up. That's where, through the head teacher of her previous school, she approached us, and we felt this is somewhere that we should transform her life. And currently, this is a girl who is
Empowering girls.
yeah, she's at Moi Girls High School in her Form 2 level. And one thing that is inspiring is that she is part of our mentorship programs. She's supporting other learners. So she's an inspiring story to other learners, so that the other people should also see the struggle that she has been through. And even if it's not that level, that maybe it's exemplary to people, but it's something concrete for to be described and to be used as an example. So you can see that's a success story for Path Youth Organization, because having the parent saying that she feels thankful for her child to go to school, it's something fulfilling within us.
Yeah. So it's interesting hearing you giving out that kind of story, which is enlightening the learners who are out there. Mine is, are there more challenges that you felt like they're sophisticated in your limit, you know, like pushing out to your limits that you thought maybe you couldn't be able to reach and you overcome it?
One I can say it's the resources. You know, running an organization needs resources, either in kind, either the monetary resources or any type of resources. And it has been a challenge running all these programs. Yes, we are here to support the community, we are here to transform lives, but we need those resources to do all that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the things. In 5 years to come, where do you see Path Youth Organization?
So my vision as the leader of a Path Youth Organization is to have a sustainable, empowered and informed generation. So whatever we are doing in terms of education, that's what I'm looking forward to. And to this, maybe in 5 years' time, I'd wish and love to see learners who've transformed through our programs, learners who are now earning to support their families through the education that they've received, yeah, and through our programs and all that. So it's my wish and my inspiration to see the learners who are supporting their families through these programs.
You know, things are gotten really hard and very sophisticated nowadays. So as you, right now, as we wind up the program, what are the advice you would tell the entrepreneurs who are out there, the ones that focuses on building themselves and have forgotten maybe about their community? How would you advise them? Because you are an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah. So one thing is that whatever we do within our community, either as an entrepreneur or as a social entrepreneur, we all have an opportunity to support our community that we're coming from. Yeah. Either you're doing whatever you're doing out there, but there's that person who is waiting for your support. So whatever that you're doing, just have that one person that you can.
Someone tell you, Salim, what is it in it for me? You know, whenever you mention something like contribution, volunteering, they're like, what is it in it for me? The kind of attitude.
Okay, it's always negative at the first part of it, but once someone feels the essence of transforming lives or supporting that learner, then he will feel like there's need for me to be part of this. And you as a journalist, one thing that maybe you can do is that have that person ambaye unasema nimemshikilia mkono. There's no need for you to give the monetary part, but have that person that within the 5 years, the 10 years, you'll say that he's there because of what I did. And that's something good. And with time, you'll also get more blessed and more, let's say, developed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should go with the flow, help the community, giving back is always essential. So, Salim, where do people out there when looking at you, where do they get you? How do they reach you when they want to reach their hands to you and help you out in your organization?
Okay, so you can follow or get path at all social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Path Youth Organization. We also have.
What about WhatsApp? We're waiting for WhatsApp. People are like, I'm in WhatsApp. What's happening? What's up with you?
Okay, we also have our organizational number that you can always get us, and we have our website www.pathyouthorganization. We're all there.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for showing up today, because I was like, will you show up or not? Because different entrepreneurs are always around the clock. It's been a minute though. Thank you for being here. It's been an amazing session to have you in the Entrepreneur Sense with me, Dalila Hamza. And this program is especially brought to you by Hazina Group of Companies. It's been a minute, but as entrepreneurs, sometimes it's not just about us giving out and getting it out. It's always about mutual and how we do it. Until next time, bye-bye.